سبحان فالق الإصباح.
Ding dong. Hello?
Yes, that's right, infidels. You found us here, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, where you get the most real talk, the best reviews of all your favorite wrestling shows from AEW and WWE, Impact, and more, because we're going to break it all down with the best staff in professional wrestling at HMG. So you don't need to go anywhere else, because there's no 5 stars here. There's only $5 face slaps, infidel. Hello, Akbar! So sign up today, channelattitude.com, Hameen Media Group, and join the Hameen Army for the most real talk in professional wrestling. YOLO!
Hello everyone and welcome to the PWC Monday Night Machismo. I'm your host Jimmy T, and my co-host, he's old, he's sexy, he's evil old as fuck. It is his birthday, it is Dr. Jeff Lippman. Happy birthday my friend, and welcome back to the Machismo. How does it feel being that 1 year older, dude? Because it sucks in my book, just quietly. But happy birthday.
Pretty accurate. That's a pretty accurate assessment.
Hopefully you like the song in the background. I thought, what birthday song can I use other than the most, obvious one? I thought I'd go, you know what? Let's go Stevie Wonder. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Jeff. Happy birthday to many more for you, Jeff. And hopefully, no expression. As the song goes, happy birthday to you. Come on, you don't want to start now.
Very amor, lovely as a summer day.
What's another good birthday song, Jeff? Because, oh look, we got comments already.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Exactly right.
Facebook user says, happy 99th birthday, Jeff Lippman. Yeah, he's even older than that, man, believe me. And Dollar Club Resty says someone just became the first male ever with $2.
I think that's me. I think it's probably someone else.
Does that mean
I'd buy that for $1.
I guess you can buy that for $2 at this point. And Kev, if you're listening and you've got time, if you want to jump on the Machismo, just let me know in the chat and I'll bring you straight in. Absolutely. But once again, happy birthday to you, Jeff. Hopefully you got spoiled, as I said. But before we stop talking about your birthday, because I'm sure you want to get away from it, what did you get for your birthday, dude?
You don't really get gifts anymore.
You got love. That's all that matters, Jeff.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
Now that we have love, what are we gonna do?
That's, I'm sure your significant other said to you, Jeff, mi amor, as in her, for you. That she's your love, her love. Come on.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like you were here.
It's like I was
like
there.
The reverberation between the balloons and my voice, the sound.
I can't. But like I said, man, I know you haven't blown out the cake yet. And I know you will.
No.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, fried chicken, some macaroni.
Oh, macaroni with cheese?
Of course.
Oh, nice, absolutely. Anything else?
There was like a salad, but the salad had fruit in it also, so it was even that was really sweet.
Why not a traditional Greek salad, Jeff? It's good
like
for
olives.
you, dude. I can't believe that. What? I mean, who doesn't like olives, dude? Happy birthday to ya. Hey, well, we got more comments. Well, there's a lot of... Well, sure, I can jump on. Awesome. I'll bring you one right now. And happy birthday, my love. I'm assuming that's Viv. I hope.
Oh, I thought it was the professor.
Well, there's a lot of hearts there.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that is Viv.
I'm pretty sure it's 8-track.
Well, if it's not Viv, yeah, we are live, folks. So, but before we continue on, let me just bring in
He has an
Mr.
ever-growing
Panetta.
pantheon of harem, so, I mean, at some point he'll get around to me, right?
I'm sure, yeah. Well, look, it's your day, dude. It's your day to be spoiled. I'm sure you have some some loving later on.
No, we're going to spoil the audience.
Don't make me laugh. And please, no live feed. We
laugh.
don't need that.
You
We
look
don't
at
need no live
comedian
feed.
stream.
Oh, look at this. Even more happy birthdays
Wow.
from another Facebook user. Happy birthday with dicks. Or is that eggplants?
That's some big eggplant action.
Whoever's doing the eggplant action.
That's what I wanted.
Jeff loves it. Jeff loves the eggplants.
That's what
And
I
he
wanted.
loves 4 of them. He loves big purple eggplants, mind you.
The answer to every question on the PWC is penis.
Well, there's one thing for sure. I know you're getting a cake tonight, but you're also getting cakes tonight, plural.
Yeah, I better.
Anyway, man, where is Kev? Hurry up. Come on, Dollar King. Hurry up and jump on. But yeah.
Have to take them getting? Don't they have an event tomorrow? How come they're not in Hamburg setting up?
Do they? Do they have an event tomorrow?
I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I think they have a big event tomorrow. Maybe it was last week. I don't know.
Oh, they've always got something going on there at Dollar Club Wrestling. If you haven't checked them out, check them out at Dollar Club Wrestling on YouTube. So, yeah.
I
check them
recommend that the championship match between the champ and Un Gatto Pussy Grande.
Did he really get our mask to be Mr. Kevin Panetta? Was he
I'm
the
not
cat all
spoiling
along?
it for people who didn't see it. I just want to say there's a really excellent commentator and interviewer there, special.
Really? Who was that?
I don't want to spoil it. They got to watch.
Oh, damn. I know I was meant to be part of it. Unfortunately, yeah, things didn't go my way, put it that way. But now we're officially here. It is the PWC Monday Night Machismo. And it is me, Jimmy T, with the birthday boy himself, Jeff Lippman, and soon to be, I assume, Kevin Panetta. But, Jeff, what'd you think of Raw? I mean, it's nothing compared to your birthday. I'm sure your birthday has been more amusing and, shall I say, entertaining than this past Monday's Raw. Even though I didn't mind the show, just I'm puzzled by the decisions.
Raw wasn't bad. Actually, the last 2 Raws have been pretty good. The ones before them were sort of dreadful. There's a lot of things that are sort of puzzling, but at least they, tried to make some things make sense. And I guess they're continuing to undo things that the old regime did, that the new regime isn't thrilled about. And I guess they're trying to tie something into a bow that's entirely the new regime's move, because it's, all done post the switch over to Triple H. But yeah, Raw was so long ago, I'm not sure how else I feel about it, but I don't remember hating it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't hate it, that's for sure. And I mean, it started off with a bang.
I remember what I tweeted. Now it's coming back to me. Sorry, I think I tweeted that there was a pretty good 105-minute or 115-minute show in there. Unfortunately, it was 180 minutes. I mean, there was way too many recaps and recaps of recaps from Crown Jewel, and then the usual recaps of what happened earlier tonight. And I mean, I know it sounds like a broken record to complain about that all the time, but that is one of the reasons why AEW is easier to watch sometimes, is because there's more matches, there's more promos, there's more stuff. It's just not recap. Now, sometimes they're trying to fit 15 pounds into a $5 bag, and too much happens at once. So, somewhere in there there's a happy middle.
Speaking of 5 pounds, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the NWA World Championship. And before we get into Raw, what's going on with Nick Aldis? Why is he being a bitch ass? Why is he complaining about Corgan and the NWA? And clearly he wants out, and I guess he will get out. Where's he going, Jeff? Yeah, he gave notice, but he's still under contract.
Well, yeah, but at this point, he's got about 53 days left with his contract. He gave 60 days notice. By the way, Karen Terrell also gave her notice, I think, yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, she was, what was she, Tiffany in WWE?
Tiffany, exactly.
Yeah. She was an extremely good-looking woman.
You like blondes, don't you?
I mean, on TV, yeah. That's right. Thank you, Dollar.
Kev, he's like,
Thank
Kev
you,
is
Johnny the
definitely-
Jobber. So sweet.
whoever that is, Kev, if that's you, I've already sent you an invite for the show. So look
It's
into
not
your
him.
inbox.
That's I can tell that's a message from Johnny the Jobber.
So that's Johnny the Jobber.
Obviously, he always sends me the nice poems. Okay, what's going on? Why is he acting this way after he gave his notice? I really don't know. I mean, sometimes once you do something, like, once you do something, the dam just breaks. I think his dam just broke. I don't know, because I sort of am sympathetic to Billy Corgan here. He's like, I've heard all this. I've heard those for years, and I've treated you well. And why are you doing this after you gave your notice? I mean, now I've got to suspend you. I wanted you to win your last match in the NWA. I want you to go out a winner. Now, I don't know if Billy Corgan's full of shit, but I know that this operation has been running on a shoestring budget, and the only person that's been paid is what's his name again? Nick Aldis. Yeah, Nick Aldis. He's the only one that's been paid like a WWE AEW type wage. So I don't really know what he's so upset about, but obviously he had a lot of pent up anger over Empower and how Nikki was treated, or what kind of budget or power she was or wasn't given. I don't know the details, but it seems strange for it to happen now. Anyway, where's he going? His contract ends in very early January. The Royal Rumble is at the end of January. I mean, listen, the bloodline is going strong, and a lot of things has changed with Sammy. Maybe they're not so ready to put get Cody right in there right away. Well, who was Cody's last best feud? I mean, Nick Aldis, where they traded the NWA title, Sweet Charlotte. That, I mean, whether they knew it at the time or not, that was the founding feud. That was the foundation feud for AEW. So why not revisit that?
Yeah, absolutely. But look who's in his house. It is Panetta Sexy Time. It is the Dollar King, Kevin Panetta. Welcome back to the Machismo.
Jimmy, you're the only one that does have Iron Man stuff.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday, boy. Birthday.
I was going to put, what's a good birthday song, Kevin? And I'm so sorry for fucking last time, bro. I fucked up bad, dude.
Yeah,
He hasn't even watched it yet. He's in such shame.
Yeah,
What's
because
birthday?
I'm burnt. That's how much, no shit. I'm
Yeah,
so
that's wild,
pissed with
man.
myself. I know, man. I'm just so pissed, man. I don't know
I
if
got
Jeff
all
has
dressed
told you,
up.
but
I created an entire character.
Yeah, you were awesome. You were amazing.
man,
Thank you, dude.
damn. I don't like those backgrounds.
I botched
Anyway.
a couple calls though because I didn't realize what moves were moves, and I sort of was counting on Jimmy for some of that.
Thanks.
Yeah, you didn't know
Make
his
it feel
last
even
name,
more
so you
like
said
it.
Pendry.
What? Who? Oh, are you talking about Penders?
Prendy, yeah, Prendy.
Friendly.
It was cool.
You
It fit your gimmick though, so like it seemed natural. It was cool.
Oh yeah, no. I was doing that on purpose, like I was DT who always watched me.
Oh, sure. Well, Kev, as I was saying, welcome back to the show. I'll talk
The
to you off the air,
solo
Robert.
monster.
What's that?
Who
The
called you the
solo
solo
monster. You know, I don't know why people think that me and Solo Monster have heat. I met them once, and the Solo Monsters are good people. The Solo Monster. It's not like Han Solo. It's the Solo Monster, like Solomon. Come on.
Oh, fuck. What would be the best song to suit you, Kev, as an intro for you? Do we go 50 Cent? I Get Money.
No, I'm
You know
like,
what I mean?
it ain't no fun if my homies can't have none. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, it ain't no
Who's back in the
fun.
motherfucking house with a fat dick for your motherfucking mouth?
No,
Well,
Rolling
recognize-
Stones, hot stuff.
Nigel's do too, bro.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones, hot stuff. The original Hollywood Blondes came out to hot
Oh,
stuff.
look.
And Eddie Gilbert came out with Hot Stuff Incorporated. They came out to it also.
Maybe Cream for the Dollar King. Cash
Oh,
rules everything around
The
me.
Dollar Cream.
The Dollar
Oh,
Cream.
I wonder what that fucking involves. I hear Jeff loves Dollar Creams.
He's gonna give some tonight to some-
Yeah.
Someone should have let me know.
Oh no, not that song, please. Hell no. That song is just. Ugh. Don't even go there, Jeff, please. Please. But you know what, Kev? I want to reintroduce you better, man, because it's got to be done fucking properly. Like you said, if the homies can't have none, but I'll get to that in a minute. But you did watch Raw, obviously, right, Kev?
Yeah. I watched it.
Well, what'd you think anyway? We're just talking about, we haven't even really gotten into it yet, but what'd you think of the overall show?
It was average. It's actually worse than it was a month ago. I think they're running in circles a little bit.
Definitely circles.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's dragging. There's not much story progression. I don't like what they're doing with Johnny Gargano. It's kind of lost in shuffle already. I don't like what they're doing with The Miz. There's a lot of guys just that seem. I'm not going to say directionless. Maybe I'm just not liking their direction. A lot of the guys from where a month ago.
Well, no, they are directionless when you think about it. I mean, seriously, when you really break it down, like, what the fuck is The Miz doing? He's still doing his thing with Dexter Lumis. When is that ever going to end? God knows when. You know what I mean?
Well, at least they told us what the story was. It was stupid, but at least they told us, and we can end this thing and they can move on to it. But why don't we just go in order of the show and go through it? But because I think that there are directions. They're just not particularly good or interesting directions.
That's true. But now that we have fucking It Ain't No Fun, until the homies have some, let me reintroduce Kevin Panetta. So I was going to say one thing, Kev.
The gin and juice himself. Introduce the gin and juice.
Gin and juice ain't for you, Jeff. This is for Kev. It ain't no fun.
Here's the spruce.
Can I introduce him? Coming back to us, live from Philadelphia, he is the Dollar King. He is Sexy Time. He is El Gato Pussy Grande. He is Kevin Panetta. Wait, where did he go? He's got... Oh, there he is. Un Gato Pussy Grande. The cat himself. It's the big cat. It is Kevin Panetta. Welcome back to the Machismo. And it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, my man.
That's right. Actually, I started a new character tomorrow.
You're a character, bro. But as Jeff said, let's get into... You can find me in the club, just not 50 cents one. But anyway, let's get into Raw, guys, before we have too much fun, because, you know, it ain't no fun unless all the homies can't fucking have none.
50 cents, I don't have that kind of money.
50
is
rich.
He played 50 in the club for my cat's birthday, Jumanji's birthday.
Really?
Yeah, remember that?
Wait. Oh, yeah. When was that again? It was a few weeks ago.
Hold on. My birthday is not getting steamrolled by a cat's birthday. That's it.
Well, it's
Move
true.
on. Talk about Raw. Raw comes to us from what city? Let's go.
It was September 20. Or September
Oh, he
10th.
remembers that too.
Yeah,
Oh my
September
god, that was like.
And what show were we doing? What show were we doing at the time?
10th.
Was it Machismo? Was it Skirmish?
I'm not sure, but I think it was a skirmish actually.
I think it was a skirmish, as a matter of fact. But, you know, let's not overshadow the birthday boy himself,
No.
Mr. Jeff Lippman. But Monday Night Raw comes waltzing back into our lives from the Mohegan Sun Arena at the KC Plaza in Wilkes-Barre. How do you pronounce that?
Wilkes-Barre. I say Wilkes-Barre, but I think it's
So it is Bear. That's what I say.
I think I pronounce it wrong though, because that's like an hour and a half from me, or 2 hours from me.
I mean, to the outside world, it's Wilkes-Barre, but they do pronounce it differently there. But
well, I would say Wilkes-Barre. I don't
do you
see
think it's
Barry.
weird that AEW was in the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and WWE's in the Mohegan Sun, but in Wilkes-Barre?
Mm-hmm. And how terrible is that crowd, by the way?
Terrible.
Dead. DED, dead.
Just DEAD, dead. Did you like? I mean, it is in your neck of the woods, technically.
Yeah, I was
Kev.
disappointed, and they don't get as many shows as they should. I think they'd be hyped when they actually got one.
You know what, man? There is a lot of shows coming from Pennsylvania lately in all of wrestling.
Well, they usually get house shows, not a show on TV. That arena, they get it all the time, just not usually on TV. So you'd think they'd be hyped when they actually have the chance to show up on TV.
Is it true that John Fetterman challenged Babatunde to a match?
he couldn't. He had a stroke and couldn't finish the challenge.
But it's true.
Damn.
He intended to.
Right, he intended to.
Well, let's get into the show because the show opens up actually with Solo Sikoa and the Usos making the entrance to get on the mic. They talk up the Bloodline success at Crown Jewel and stake their claim to be the best tag team in WWE history. Remember that? WWE.
Yeah.
Anyway, New Day do rock, but after Friday, you're looking at the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. And then who comes waltzing in? It is the New Day. They congratulate the Usos on their defense and ask how they're feeling, to which they say private jet lagged and claim New Day don't know what they'd be like. Xavier Woods says on Friday they'll defend their record title reign against the Usos, and at the end of that match they'll be champions and their 483-day record will be safe. The Usos then give them their props as multiple time tag champs with lit merchandise, and they're proud of them, but they said it kind of sarcastically, to be honest. It must feel real good to be the second best tag team in WWE. Woods then talks about how second best and says as long as they hold the record, the Usos are chasing them. Xavier then accuses them of building their legacy on the backs of their family, while the New Day built a legacy on their own backs. Jimmy then says that just turned up the pressure on them. They've never been in the ring with their dad or their uncles, but they've been in the ring with the ones. New Day say pressure is sitting in catering every week. That's not pressure, guys. Not knowing if you're going to get fired. It's building a YouTube channel just to get noticed at work. It's putting together the most important three-man group in wrestling and getting booed for it. I don't dare talk to them about pressure, and that pressure is what turned them into diamonds. Jimmy then asks about the diamonds that they used to be in the crown. They used to be in the crown. Jay stomped into the ground, but the real Kings got the crown now on their shoulders and around their waists, and the Usos gave Kofi the chance for Kofi Mania in the first place. That's kind of true. Matter of fact, stay at home with your kids on Friday and let them do what they do. Kofi asked what kind of father he'd be if he went home and told his kids he forfeited a match to them. This is just another check mark on their achievements list. This represents them overcoming being saddled with a preacher gimmick. It represents them clawing and scratching to get some semblance of success in this industry, only to be told that they suck. It represents what may very well be the last time New Day was whole, so they won't forfeit this record. Nah, they'll defend the record, and then we get fucking Matt Riddle coming to the ring. He apologizes for interrupting and seems to be scouting Woods for his band with Elias, and that the Usos tell him to shut up. He talks about he likes to relax and hit the bong, dude, and asks if Xavier wants to hit the bong, which he does. And then Kofi also taps the bong, well, he hits the bong, and Riddle asks Solo Sikoa, who is stoic as ever, but he apparently refuses. Then Jimmy actually punctuates, shave and a haircut, and then starts banging on a rhythm of his own, but Matt tells him not to hog it, and then tap pass, well, hit pass, as Riddle turns to Jay and says he's heard he hasn't been so ussy lately, to which Uso slaps the bongos aside as Riddle gets mad and makes a six-man tag, which will begin right after the break.
And
Jeff, this went way too long, bro. Oh
yeah, it felt longer this time. I don't want to see the Usos and the New Day wrestle again, and we are at 6:41 Eastern time right now before SmackDown. So I am going to go on the record and say that those stupid Vikings are going to come back and pick up where they left off, and they're going to decimate the New Day before that match even starts. And that is partly wish casting, but nobody wants to see that, and we want to see the Usos break the record, and for the New Day be talking about the preacher gimmick. Yeah, I remember it. That was like 7 or 8 years ago, and since then they've been like the most successful act, and they've made tens of millions of dollars on royalties, and so it sort of was like Paige's promo like 2 days later, where she's talking about all of the dues she had to pay like 10 years after she's already made it and been a success. It's sort of like when Bruce Springsteen, had like 7 platinum albums and was still like, like, I'm a working man. Shut up. No, you're not. So that's what it felt like, but it was good. I mean, these teams, they work off each other. They know each other very well. And then Riddle came out and ruined everything. And I'm really, listen, I I was never a Riddle fan of his character. I liked him in the Broserweights because he was so him, and Pete Dunne was so the opposite. I liked his match with Timothy Thatcher a lot, but I never really liked Riddle. But that match sold me on his talent and his brutality. I liked the thing with Randy Orton. Everybody liked the thing with Randy Orton, but ever since Orton slowed down and got hurt, it's been painful, and it's been pain for all of us. And I wanted Randy Orton to get better before, but I never thought that I would miss Randy Orton this much, because Riddle is completely intolerable. And all the people thought that Riddle is the guy and he's a future world champion. Not with this character, not with this persona. Maybe a heel Riddle can get more serious, but Riddle ruined it, and this was like very well. The booking's very Vince-like. You have someone come in and insta match. Riddle books a 6-man.
Yeah,
match.
like who the fuck is Riddle? Like to just say, okay, guys, we're having a 6-man because I said so. Like,
what if they didn't? What if he didn't? Would they not? If he forgot his line, would they not have an opening match on Raw? Did they not plan anything for their primetime flagship show?
Stupid, man. I mean, Kev, do you agree with us, dude? Was that a silly sort of?
Yeah,
I mean, like who the hell is Riddle to be like dictating shit?
well, he could just say he's high and like just why he said that, but that doesn't mean why they have to listen. So he can get away saying whatever. But I loved the segment until Riddle came out too. We don't need another New Day Uso feud, but I love this just because it's realistic that if your record's about to be broken, of course you're going to come out there and challenge. New Day's well past due. They're only saving graces if they're still going to make money. They just want to be complacent and stay where they're at and just make all the shirt sales. I don't blame them. But if they want to move up on the card again, Austin Creed, Xavier Woods has to turn on Kofi and show a little edge and change up his character.
That'll be great, but I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, I think they're complacent too. I don't think it's going to happen.
And that's sad, man, because we need some edginess. You know what I mean? But you're right. It is very much.
Not about it. Let them be a mid-card team. We need new teams. I mean, Los Lotharios, or you like to call them Los Lethargicos, are doing nothing. You have Legado del Fantasma there. Maximum models are dead, but they can be changed. You got the Vikings coming in. You have all sorts of Imperium. Why do we need the New Day at the top? Why can't the New Day be in the middle and they lose and pass the torch a little bit? They've enjoyed basically 7 or 8 years on the top, and they're still going to sell the merch. They're still going to sell things to the kids. They can be like the Bushwhackers. They can win just enough matches, just enough feuds to continue to sell a lot of stuff, but they don't need any title belts.
Hey Jeff, I'm higher on Matt Riddle, pun intended, than you are. Cohesive storytelling just tells you that the tone of this whole segment wasn't the comedic tone when Riddle came in, and he just kind of.
The bung parts was funny, and then
funny,
it went downhill.
It wasn't how this was set up. It was like a feud for records, and he just comes out and ruins it.
Yeah, like there was no reason for him to be there.
It feels like NXT when they try out new gimmicks. Like it seems like they're trying to pair up Riddle with anyone, whether it's Elias, whether it's New Day, whoever it is, just to try to see if they can get some of that Orton magic, just something else that'll work. And nothing else is working. There was just something about Randy Orton being the absolute badass. The thing is like the only person I can think of on the roster right now that it could work with was Pete Bull. But it could possibly work with Lashley if he wanted to play that way. It could work with Omos if he wanted to play that way. And then on SmackDown, Cross, God knows he needs a change, and Riddle could, that could work. Geez. They're both sort of pit fighters. Or Braun.
Cross definitely needs a change in my opinion too, and you're spot on with that. Actually, Kev, let me ask before we continue. Me and Jeff feel that, Cross is a little bit stale at the moment, right?
Yeah,
just does something's off. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know what he needs to change though.
His hair.
I think he needs a better finisher too. I think the Cross.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't get the crowd behind him. It's kind of boring, And it's not good to make faces tap out anyway. He needs a big power move. I think would help him a little bit.
Yeah, what's with his fucking forearm fucking shot to the back of the head?
Yeah,
the forearm is fine. Listen, I said on the Crown Jewel post show that we did on the PWC. I said on Hammerlock Hangover, which you can also find on the PWC. he wrestles too slow. But if you're going to be the methodical killer, you got to win as a methodical killer, not lose as a methodical killer. And if you're going to have someone out there to help you cheat, the cheating needs to work. But neither of things is working. He's not winning as the methodical killer, and the cheating isn't working. So, I mean, this is similar to when The Fiend was losing the matches he had to win. It's the same kind of bad booking. And again, this is Vince booking. It's like reverse logic just to keep Drew strong. Well, I mean, this was the wrong feud. Why do you put someone right against your top babyface right away? Have him work, have him kill Ricochet for 4 months, and then I don't know, kill someone else, Pete Dunne. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have a ton of mid card people that you could sacrifice to this cause. They just don't want to do it. But Cross needs to. But Cross wrestles like Road Warrior Animal, but Road Warrior Animal had Road Warrior Hawk, who was wrestling faster. Cross moves slower than Braun Strowman, than Omos. So, I don't know. Anyway, you are my thoughts. I basically said the same thing, but longer on the other shows.
Mm-hmm. And the most heat he's gotten was when they missed that fireball and they had to go off script, and Scarlett hit him in the nuts 2 months ago. That's the most the crowd actually got into them. Yeah, but he definitely needs a finisher, like a stronger finisher, like if he had a Doomsday Device. But it's something I know he can't do that. He's a single guy, but if he had something powerful, it might help him.
Doomsday Device. You know what, man? Yeah, like, I don't know. There's something not right. His first run and his current run, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't feel like most people right now know who he is even. He's not really getting any reactions, man. You know what I mean?
Like, why is he like a supernaturally kind of guy?
That's what we were saying. That's exactly what we were saying. Why? Like, why? Like, who is he? Like, what is he, Kev? Can you explain to us what the fuck?
If he was an escaped inmate or something, that'd be cooler than, at least we know what he was, That was his problem before, too, when he wore the gimp suit. Like, is he a gimp? He didn't know what the hell he was back then either. They just throw him out there.
I was saying if Demolition was still around in 2022, it'd be, Demolition member fucking Axe, Smash, Crush, and Cross.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me it doesn't have a good ring to it.
It does.
I mean, honestly.
They also got too many things which is sort of like adjacent. I mean, Judgment Day is sort of adjacent, dark and spooky, sort of adjacent to cult. I mean, and a bigger problem is on SmackDown. You have Bray Wyatt, which is his is more like what's going on in his mind, but it's the same thing. But the other thing with Bray Wyatt is he wrestles the same way. He's a slow, methodical killer kind of wrestler as well. And you can't have two people that are basically the same. I mean, unless you're going to make crosses heavy, which is obviously not where they're going with that whole Bray Wyatt thing. Everyone knows my new Wyatt 6 fantasy, so we're not going to talk about that today because it's not happening with WWE anyway. But it's awesome. But yeah, something needs to change with Cross. But Cross, as far as I know, wasn't on Raw, so.
No, I just wanted to get Kev's actual opinion on that because we went pretty deep on it on the Crown Jewel review show, which you can check out at channelattitude.com and the PWC network. Sorry?
Did we go 4 eggplants deep?
Not that deep, maybe 5. I might have gone 5 deep. We could get even deeper. But whoever wrote that fucking birthday message with the eggplants, though, dirty motherfucker. That's all I got to say.
I think it was John.
Oh, was it?
Professor.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ, Prof. 4 eggplants deep, really, bro? God damn. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Oh, man, there's more questions I wanted to ask, but I guess it's for different shows. But anyway, we do get off with the first matchup between Riddle, New Day, and versus the Bloodline in Jay and Jimmy Uso and their little bro, Solo Sikoa. I'm not going to go into this match real deep. All I'm going to say is the Bloodline end up winning by pinfall with a spinning solo from Solo Sikoa on the stoner himself, Matt Riddle. And what was the point of Riddle coming in acting all fucking oosy just to get fucking oosed, I guess? Kev?
I guess they just wanted the New Day to lose without getting pinned. That way you would think they have a chance of winning. If they got pinned here, they wouldn't look as strong. That's the only thing I could think of. And I just found out from Jim Cornette that Usie's Tongan for pussy, which is pretty funny. That's why they're always cracking up.
Oh, I don't know about that. I know a lot of Tongans, man.
That's what Cornette and Brian said, so I didn't know that either. Maybe they are wrong, but they were cracking up about it. Usie.
I'm looking it up right now.
Nice,
English.
They very well could have been
pussy.
wrong. They were cracking up about it. Cracked me up.
I don't know. I don't know about
it's
any
not
of that.
pussy. It's
Yeah,
not
I just
pussy.
assumed that they wanted to get the bloodline in the 8 o'clock segment on Raw to try to build ratings because the ratings have been stinking, and they still have. But I mean, they should have given everybody who came back from Saudi Arabia basically the night off, and they have enough
True.
people on the roster to have featured some other things. So I don't know. This wasn't much of a match, and you knew that Riddle was going to take the loss, and he did. So there you go.
Do you know what fucking Usi means, by the way, in fucking Tongan, guys?
No.
It means electricity carrying an electric current or energized with electricity. Live cables lying dangerously on the ground, like you can use those type of meanings. So yeah, Usi means that.
Okay.
Electricity currents and
Nice.
shit. God damn you, corny.
Someone probably
God
told me.
damn.
He just thought it was hilarious.
No,
It was
I
wrong.
mean, did you look up Tongan Urban Dictionary?
It still wouldn't be that. I know Tongans, yeah.
Oh, sure.
They don't fucking say like pussy is in Usi. Like they don't even say Usi, man. You know, also means fucking brother in Samoan anyway, first of all.
Yeah,
And
different
the
island.
one thing Tongans and Samoans sort of say to each other is sole, which kind of means brother as well. Like, yo, what up, sole? And in Tongan to say us, they
What is
say
sole?
tuks. They say tuko, like toko. So if I call you, hey, my toko, you my toko, that means like, yo, my us. Like, do you know what I'm saying? In Tongan.
So they really like Gordon Soley.
Yeah, I guess they do. Gordon Sole.
From Florida Championship Wrestling.
In somewhere in the in TK it's for the Atlantic. I was going to say somewhere from the Pacific Ocean,
There
but
is no
anyway,
Pacific Ocean.
that's right. It's all Atlantic, baby. Anyway, as I was saying, the Bloodline win with the spinning solo on Matt Riddle. Anyway, we get a recap of Crown Jewel, and then John Bradshaw Layfield makes his entrance as we go to the break. As we come back from the commercial, though, we get JBL gets on the mic and talks about how we sold out every arena in the world, and this isn't one of them. He gives Baron Corbin a big introduction, and we get right into it, and we move on to the next match. In a match that no one cares, between Baron Corbin and Cedric Alexander, as JBL's on commentary for this, of course. But yeah, Baron Corbin ends up winning by pinfall with End of Days. Jeff, anything to report about this match, or we just continue on?
It was nice to see Cedric Alexander back again. This thing with Baron Corbin and JBL had so much potential. And once again, I
It's already flat.
I just beg to the gods, old and new, put Baron Corbin in a cowboy or rancher outfit and let him act like JBL. Let him grow one of those handlebar mustaches, for God's sake. Stop with whatever he's wearing in his stupid outfits. Make him be like he's like a mini version of JBL. That's the way to make this work. Otherwise, it's just more Baron Corbin being Baron Corbin, which is boring and not particularly. I mean, WWE has some of the least intimidating looking big men I've ever seen. Between Baron Corbin, Shanky, and Commander Aziz Babatunde, and that guy Jensen on and Duke Hudson on NXT, they've got some of like the weeniest big men of all time.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, Kev, what's your thoughts, man?
Jeff's right. He should be Baron fracking Corbin. He had that perfect a while ago. And the only other thing to take note of is Cedric Alexander's officially Prime. I know they called him Prime before, but it's officially as a nickname now.
So Prime what? What is he? Prime to get
Prime,
this?
just Prime Cedric Alexander.
Prime to return to the Hurt Business, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. That or
hopefully not. Bring the Hurt Business back, but not with Prime Rib, fucking Cedric Alexander. I mean, come on.
He was fine with that.
Prime Ribs. Who gave him that fucking gimmick?
It said it on the artwork on the
he's gonna be priming his ass right on out of WWE. That's what I think. But
well, listen, if they bother to give him a new name, they're going to try to do something. So I think that is indication that he's going to be with the Hurt Business. Because who called him Prime? The MVP and Lashley called him Prime.
Nice.
Well, does that mean he's the next Elix Skipper?
No, but you might see Cedric and Shelton again as a tag team. And if they split these tag team belts like they should with the world title, they're back in it. And you have Omos as the enforcer, doesn't need to wrestle. That's
what I'll do. Replace Cedric with Omos.
Giving a reverse claw from behind, and the ref turns. He does. He never even has to step on the ring. He never has to. He could just put his hand over and he would reach, the average person's head.
Omos has a big announcement coming. You guys have any idea what it's going to be?
No. Well, interesting. What do you think? Well, I haven't even heard about this.
Yeah, I think he tweeted something. It's a huge announcement to make. Maybe he's retiring or hurt or something. I have no idea.
You know what? I don't know if you guys know this, but while everybody went to Saudi Arabia, he took a detour back home to Nigeria. Now I don't know if you guys saw this footage.
Sure.
Did you see this, Jeff?
Yeah, I saw his family for the first time in 14 years.
He hadn't seen it exactly.
Maybe he wants to stay with
lovely.
them. Maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. He hadn't seen his family, Kev. In case you didn't know, for 14 years, legitly, dude. And he seemed.
That's not going to be as big. I mean, where did you hear this announcement that he's going to make a big announcement?
Yeah,
I believe he tweeted it. There was on Twitter. He tweeted it.
So if he tweeted that on a WWE Twitter account, it's something about wrestling. So it's probably he's targeting Seth Rollins's. He's answering Seth Rollins's U.S. Championship Open challenge. That's going to be it. Or Roman Reigns and the Bloodline better not look past him because they sure as hell can't look over him because he's coming after them. That's going to be you don't tweet something like that on your WWE account if it's not about WWE.
But what makes you say it's his WWE account? That might not be.
Well, if you saw that, yes, you follow him at almost blue check mark at WWE.
Let me see if
but they put that up there themselves.
If I can find it quick, if I can.
Yeah, find it. Go for it, man. Look, I don't know, man, but from what I saw when he saw his family, he looked extremely happy. Obviously, first of all, second of all, maybe he does want to retire, and after he realized he was gone for far too long from his family, man. And
Listen, seeing your family is wonderful for 2 days, and that's like, get me the fuck out of here.
True. That's us, though. No, maybe, look, I don't know. I almost looked like he was practically in tears, man. And I don't know,
He was bored. He's like, get me out of here. Now I remember why I left. I hate these people.
Jeez, I can't believe he didn't even take his family across to the States. You would have thought he would have tried and made an effort, especially now that he's making great money, right?
Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they have businesses and things they're doing. Maybe they're busy.
Maybe.
It could be something. TMZ announced it. He has a major announcement to make. Yeah.
Okay. He's retiring.
That's what I thought when I saw this.
So it's either in storyline or he got a movie role. He's going to be in,
a Marvel movie or something.
Right.
I think it's what Kev initially said. I think he could be announcing he's done. Maybe he wants to go back to Lagos, Nigeria.
Does he get paid $1 million a year in Lagos, Nigeria? Nigeria.
Nigeria. No, clearly, obviously not. But maybe he can become I don't know. Maybe is there any money in Nigeria other than fraud?
Yeah, there's oil money.
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer. Soccer is the only thing they're actually really good at. But not their league. Their league has got no money. Okay. Their national team is good because all their players play in Europe anyway.
There's oil. There's import-export. I mean, they've got ports.
Export what?
Whatever needs to leave Western Africa and go across the ocean.
Vibranium? Vibranium?
Vibranium? Like eggplant?
No, I'm talking about Black Panther because I watched Wakanda Forever last night.
Why don't you give us a real quick review while we're here?
I loved it. The first half hour is a little too long. A little drags out a little bit.
Give a quick review. I'll be back in a jiffy.
That's all storyline stuff to talking about T'Challa's death and stuff, and what happened there, how they're moving on and stuff. Once it gets into the actual meat and potatoes of it, it gets really intense. The action wasn't bad to me, but definitely the Namor guys felt like I love their style. It was very unique. Was Aztec kind of culture down underneath. I don't want to give any spoilers away too, but I love them. They are blue looking like Avatar. The quest of it's about Shuri's struggle with overcoming grief, and she's a person of science and has to accept faith, if she wants to become the Black Panther, because that is like a faith kind of medicine, when they go to the after death realm and stuff too, and she doesn't believe in that stuff. So it's about her journey to try to believe in that and believe in herself to become the next Black Panther. And then it's very political too, about like how the France and Haiti wars and stuff too, and how they're trying to sabotage and take resources from Africa, from Wakanda. So it's a lot deeper than most Marvel films too. Ryan Coogler did an excellent job. Some CGI stuff's a little wompy. Some of the animals look pretty fake and stuff too, but very good action. The cast is very charismatic. Riri Williams I liked a lot. I think you'll like it.
Okay, cool.
I'm in the upper echelon in Marvel.
Oh, perfect timing, Kev. Very well played. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. It's not my type of movie, just quietly, but it is what it is. But what is my cup of tea is we see Seth Rollins dancing along merrily backstage as we go to the break. He's like, ha 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 everywhere. And as we get back from the commercial, we get Seth Rollins makes his entrance to issue his fucking open challenge. I can't wait to really talk about this one because this thing puzzled me like something shocking. I will not understand why this happened. Well, I do understand, but why do this to the kid? Talk about destroying him. Anyway,
I mean, you're like skipping ahead an hour.
No, I'm not actually. Well, yeah, okay, we are. That's true. I'll get to that. You're
This
right.
part was great.
There's a lot of
anyway.
junk we're probably going to skip over quickly. That's why.
Yeah, no, he's right. I'll get into it right now. As Seth Rollins makes his entrance to issue his open challenge for the United States Championship, he gets on the mic and welcomes us to Monday Night Rollins. And then we enter the Judgment Day. Finn Balor gets in the ring and on the mic. He says he has a bone to pick with Rollins. A couple years back, he cost him gold. So tonight, he's going to cost him gold. So as far as the open challenge goes, enter the OC. They get into the Judgment Day's faces. Seth awkwardly sandwiched between Rollins and then quietly ducks out of town and heads to the back. As AJ says, this is between Judgment Day and the OC. He's far from over, but Balor says it's old news to him. As AJ says, that's the problem. It's always been the three of them against the four of them, and they tried to find someone to take care of their Rhea Ripley problem. But that someone has been found, and it's the OC. It's Mia fucking Yim. Jeff, you called it. She's got a kendo stick, and she's beating Rhea Ripley up. Luke Gallows spears Damian Priest over the announce table. Balor and Styles end up in the ring together, staring each other down as Dominic Mysterio ends up diving right into a Styles clash. And that was that. Are you happy about that? You are, I assume, Jeff.
It's fine. I mean, I just want to point out that during Crown Jewel and during this segment, you barely noticed Dominic that he was there, and everyone he's gained so much heat. Not without them trying. He's not getting a natural. He's a zero. But this is fun. Listen, I'm not too excited about Judgment Day. I'm not too excited about the OC. But this pairing together is okay. I mean, I don't really think the Mia Yim feels like up to Rhea Ripley's level. But
hell no.
But it's fine. They found someone. They found someone that there's some privity there between Impact and TNA, and somehow you can tie that knot, tie that bow, whatever. It's fine. She got a job, good, because the way Keith's been looking, I'm not sure how long he's going to be physically able to perform.
Yeah, like perform.
No, that's not what I mean. It's always penis with you. I mean wrestling. Like in the ring, not in the bedroom.
I don't know if the way he's going, you won't be performing in the bedroom either, dude.
You and the eggplants. This is the PWC, the Penis Wrestling Channel.
You fucking asshole. Anyway, yeah, that threw me off. The peanuts. Did I say peanuts? I mean penis. Yeah, anyway. My peanuts. Remember that?
You should just put that on loop where you go, I mean penis. I mean penis. I mean penis.
Oh, shit. Kev, I will say, actually, before I get to you, Kev, I will say one thing quickly, boys. I think Mia Yim does look a lot better. She's lost weight, man. She's looking much more like leaner in a good way. Unfortunately for her hubby, he should be taking some Mia Yim tips, man, because that gut is getting fucking big, man. I mean, Kev, are you happy for Mia Yim that she's back?
I'm happy she's back. I don't think she warrants the surprise return, not at all. I think that it reminded me of Cole Carter with the Sting mask, hers. She would have been better off just walking out with them, and then they would have said something. When I heard the rumors about her coming back, and when they hinted at they were going to bring somebody to take care of the Rhea Ripley problem, I'm saying, please don't be Mia Yim. Please don't be Mia Yim. Be somebody cool. Be something surprising. And it was already spoiled that she was. Maybe if it wasn't spoiled, maybe it would have been a little more exciting. But just coming from Impact and not a big deal there, wasn't like a champion over there or anything too. And she's not like a smoke show. I'll be happy when Chelsea Green's back just because she's so fucking hot. Mia Yim's hot too, but it's different. Like she's gonna play.
She's like street hot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, Chelsea's there for a different reason, you know.
Absolutely, Chelsea's class, bro. Compared to Mia, Mia's that bitch like off the street. Like, how can I say it? Like, you'd be like, yeah, man, I'd fuck her, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
fuck me, you know?
Yeah, or something like that. But like, yeah,
she's the best stripper at the mid strip club.
Yeah,
at a very mid strip club. And she's
well, no, I mean, I'm in Baltimore, so our very mid strip club is probably much lower than your Melbourne is.
Jimmy, let's put it this way.
We got some bad ones here too. Don't worry.
Let's put it this way: Jeff Lippman has $2, and Mia Yim only has $1.
Ooh, you know what that
Mia,
means?
it's on.
You know what that means? Kev wants his motherfucking money.
I want my motherfucking money. Services rendered. Fuck a check. Return it to sender. Give me mine and legal tender, Mr. Manager. The venue was filled to capacity. Check the door box. Count my percentage and get that to me.
Fuck me on the dough and we in all black with millies. Ball caps and billies. It's all raps for really. Fuck me on the dough and we in all black with millies. Ball caps and billies. It's all raps for really.
Well, anyway, that's definitely not Mia Yim fucking material, but she's good enough anyway. There was one more thing I wanted to say about that, but like I said, I kind of forgot, but it doesn't matter. Does this mean, does anyone know how long Keith Lee signed with AEW? Anybody?
Most people do a 2 years with a third-year extension optional.
Really?
So if he's on 2, then he probably has the option for the third. You know, but has he been there a year yet?
I think so.
Probably not quite a year. But remember, there was this point where Tony was signing everyone to these 5 to 7 year contracts. So now, does that mean that maybe it's a 2 year with 5 options? Company options. I mean, I don't. No one knows. It's AEW. Nobody knows anything. Nobody's obligated to tell you the truth. It doesn't matter. They're a private company. They don't have to say anything. But
good point.
Yeah, I don't know, but like in his match on Rampage last week, I mean, it's like sort of like Hook. Like if somebody is where they're supposed to be, he can do the move. But if there's any movement involved, it's like he looks lost or he doesn't really want to be there. He didn't even climb up on the ring apron for tags. He was just hanging out down on around the ring. I don't know. I mean, I know the story is he's not supposed to be interested. Him and Swerve on the same page, but. You think you still want to win the match, right? I mean, still be invested in the match, not just piddling around. Anyway, so enough about Keith Lee. No, I don't think Mia Yim's a big deal, but it's fine. Not everyone has to be a star. Not everyone can be a star. There's nothing wrong with having a job. This is a job. This is their career, and Mia Yim's been wrestling for a while, and she's mired in TNA, and she mired in Impact, and she's
mired.
Yes, NXT. She is. That's her level. She's so now she's in the major leagues, but it's not like she's going to the top of the card in the major leagues. She's not Charlotte Flair. She never will be Charlotte Flair.
If they nowhere near. I don't think she'll even feud with the Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte would look at her as so below her, man.
Whatever. She can be someone that they oh great for a short fuse, but it's fine.
That's all right. I'm still here, man. I'm still here. My phone's just ringing, dude. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right. What's next on the card?
What's next on the card? Let's see. Apparently, what we do get next.
Do we get the open challenge? Or did we get Ali?
No. We get Elias next. Well, actually, we come back from the commercial. We get Seth Rollins running into an interview. He says that was none of his business and things got tense, but he's still game to have an open challenge later tonight. And then we get Elias versus Otis. And Otis ends up winning by pinfall with a world's strongest slam. Surprisingly, in many ways. Are they already doing fucking Elias this bad already, Jeff?
Nobody gives a shit about Elias.
So nobody wants to walk with him anymore.
Ezekiel's better.
He comes in. It's like crickets. I mean, he should start playing his guitar so that you don't hear how quiet it is. maybe you should go to an electric.
Triple H. I think Triple H has done more damage to a lot of these guys and girls
Well,
than actual
I mean,
good for now.
Nobody
But
ever
anyway,
really cared about Elias, but I mean, he doesn't even use the guitar, in a heel fashion anymore. So it's weird. Anyway, listen, I've been complaining for a long time about Alpha Academy always losing and Gable losing every match and taking every pin, which is fine. But at least Otis won a match, so I'm glad. I'm more invested in Otis and Alpha Academy than I am in Elias. And listen, I know it's hard to believe with bad booking, and Vince gave us 7 years of mostly bad booking, and Triple H is giving us 3 or 4 months now of average to sort of Vince-like booking, not so great. And I'm almost ready to call it bad booking too. But strong booking is only 3 weeks away. You can turn anyone into a monster just by having them kill the right person. So I don't really care. I'm happy to see Otis win a match. But of course, that begs the question of who's Elias's partner is going to be to go against Alpha Academy, and is it going to be Riddle? Because those two did not blend at all.
It's going to be Ezekiel. It's going to be Ezekiel.
That'd be amazing.
fuck me, seriously.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, speaking of Kevin Owens, I saw the weirdest thing, man. I saw a Kevin Owens lookalike, but he was like a junkie version almost. But it was weird, man, because he looked exactly like him. Yeah, like off the street, like type of Kevin Owens. I mean, then again, Kevin Owens doesn't look that much like he's. I mean, he does look like he's off the street. Let's be honest. But anyway, let's move on. We do have a comment in the chat by Christopher Paul Winland. And he says, should they abolish the Money in the Bank and reboot King of the Ring in its place? I say bring back King of the Ring as one of the big 5 pay-per-views. And no, they shouldn't abolish Money in the Bank unless you're meaning if they should have it on WrestleMania instead. Then if that's the case, then yes, I would do that.
I'm conflicted. The Money in the Bank matches always were the best matches at WrestleMania outside of the Shawn Michaels Undertaker stuff. So I did miss it when they moved that. But that pay-per-view is definitely the 5th best one, and I look forward to that even more than Survivor Series. That could change now with War Games becoming Survivor Series. That's a big hit to their pay-per-view schedule if they do get rid of that. So I'm conflicted. Either way, I'm sure it'll make WrestleMania better, but I'll miss one of the few pay-per-views that I actually look forward to every year.
Jeff?
I prefer Money in the Bank to King of the Ring. King of the Ring started out special, and it quickly became dopey. And I'm talking back like it was cool when it was Harley
King
Race.
Mabel.
Oh,
Before that, they weren't televised. Right, but they weren't televised. They were basically like house show tournaments.
Whatever it was. Like in the beginning, it felt like it was something special, but it really wasn't. It was just a little silly story. So I have really no interest in King of the Ring, to be frank with you.
Well, according to Chris in the chat, he also says Money in the Bank is a Chris Jericho idea. So
yeah, but ladder matches were a Bret Hart idea, and Shawn gets the credit. It's revisionist history. Whatever Triple H and Vince want to say it is.
I don't care whose idea it is. I like it. I mean, I like it as a concept. I like it as a gimmick, and I like the cinematic matches that they did it for. I thought they were a lot of fun.
Well, Chris also says in the chat, but yeah, if they're making the ring meaningful with a SummerSlam title shot payoff, that'd be great. But
they should absolutely bring King of the Ring back, but just get rid of a different pay-per-view, not Money in the Bank.
If the King of the Ring tournament has a title shot attached to it, sure. That would be fine. That would make it be important. It's someone walking around with a crown and a scepter for a year using the scepter as a shillelagh is idiotic. Or being a face.
Only if they know how to pull it off, like your Owen Harts could, your Booker T's could. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That rejuvenated his career, Jeff.
That's if he means the winner of the King of the Ring gets like a Money in the Bank contract. Is that what he means instead?
Well, I think he means more like a Royal Rumble win that you get to pick your shot at SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. Your SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. I don't think SummerSlam.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh, whatever. SummerSlam, any pay-per-view really. You could.
But you know what? Isn't that
Money in the Bank?
You don't have to do stories anymore, which in some ways makes it easier. But it's a lot like AEW then, where you just have tournaments to get title shots and your records don't matter.
Well, you'd have a storyline to get into the qualifying matches for the tournament then, though.
Yes. That's true. The only problem I have with what Chris said in the chat is that then you're essentially sort of making King of the Ring essentially the Money in the Bank briefcase also.
Right. No, I think it should be what he said. It's a title shot at SummerSlam or some pay-per-view, and whatever. But one that's specific, not it's open-ended. But like I said, I mean, the Queen of the Ring. I mean, right now Zelina Vega is the reigning Queen of the Ring. She doesn't talk about it. Why? Because it's stupid. Nobody cares. And Xavier Woods is the reigning King of the Ring. I mean, all you do with the King of the Ring is somebody steals your crown. You know, if you're a good guy and you chase around after it, basically means nothing. Or if you're a bad guy, they steal your crown and the crowd is happy about it. But I don't know. It's just King of the Ring hasn't done anything for me in a long time. Maybe if they did it like once every 5 years to elevate someone, but not every year.
It is WWE's fault that it became what it's become, because it was considered one of their big 5 pay-per-views, let's be honest. And I used to, as a kid especially, I used to look forward to all the King of the Rings, man. I just used to love them until it became very cartoonish, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, this is all WWE's fault. They're the reason why it doesn't have that meaning anymore. The last meaningful sort of King of the Ring champion, in my opinion, was really Regal. And even then, King of the Ring wasn't even a meaningful event. You know what I'm saying? At that time,
it helped Corbin on though.
Really? Did it really?
Yeah. Help him. He's like the Sammy Guevara of WWE. His position never changes.
Eventually, but it helped him at first. He was a jobber, and then he actually became relevant again for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I agree with that one, but it does nothing for anybody. Did it do anything for Woods?
No.
It didn't do anything
and
for Pac either.
The fans wanted him to win it so badly.
And it done nothing.
And then nothing. No, I don't. So my answer is no. I don't want King of the Ring to replace Money in the Bank.
Well, Chris also says, you guys are awesome, man. Thanks for entertaining content. Respect on the opinions. No, thank you, Chris, for tuning in and supporting us, man. And please do us a favor, man. Pass the word on about all of us, man.
Respect
and just tell everybody. And respect the dollar. Even pass on about the Dollar Club Wrestling. Basically, pass on about all our affiliates and all our boys here at the PWC and at Dollar Club Wrestling, about all of us. And if they want great wrestling content, to tune in right here at the PWC Network and also at Dollar Club Wrestling. So, yeah, thank you once again, Chris. Anyway, guys, let's get back into Raw because we got away from that one there. But that was an interesting little conversation. But we get Judgment Day once again, Jeff. They interviewed backstage. They say the OC have solved nothing and the result will always be the same. They fall to the Judgment Day. Dominic says Mia Yim doesn't stand a chance, and Rhea says you can bring the whole damn army in and she won't give a shit. As they leave, she runs into Bianca Belair and gives her a pointed greeting to send us to the break. Anything to say here, Jeff?
I like everything Rhea's doing. The rest of them seem irrelevant.
Do you agree, Kev?
Yeah, I just wanted to add in, like, I was down. I know that I've been down on Mia Yim right there, but I was a big fan of her in NXT. So she could win me over again. I'll give her a chance.
I mean, I just feel like she hasn't been gone long enough to be like any sort of relevancy right now.
Jeff said it perfect. She was tainted by TNA and tainted by Retribution, so it's tough to overcome all of that in such a short amount of time.
Done and dusted as far as I'm concerned. Then after you just mentioning that, it's true. Jeff hit the nail on the head. Anyway, yeah, I've got nothing really to say about this other than, you know, like Jeff said, Rhea's the bitch here in this group, and she is the star, so it is what it is.
She should be King of the Ring. That'd be awesome.
She should.
I could get behind that.
Shit. And also, one more thing about King of the Ring, you made me think, if they're going to have a King of the Ring again, have all the big guns part of it, man, at the very least. Not some sort of mid-carders, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or you could have, or almost wins, and he's the Giant King, because that could at least be interesting. King. Someone tries to take his crown, you got to reach me first, so you have a ladder match or something. I don't know.
That's interesting, actually, sort of. I mean,
a super heavyweight Money in the Bank tournament would be cool. All super heavyweights.
Just trying to find out. I'm just trying to come up with things that might be entertaining and a little bit different. That's all.
Queer of the Ring.
What?
Can we get Queer of the Ring?
Queer of the Ring.
No.
Why not? Why not? Sonny Kiss can join.
Stop.
We can get.
Stop.
I have a I have a quick question. Well, you guys, we don't have to talk about it, but I asked the guys on my show, if you could keep one of these three guys, who would you keep, just to see who's the most relevant, who has the best future? Ricochet, Johnny Gargano, or Dominic Mysterio? If you had to keep one, who'd you keep?
Ricochet.
Well, for me, first of all, Ricochet's a finger banger, so he's out already. He finger bangs himself. That's already a no-no. I can't. Sorry, I'm sorry. You're going to laugh at this. You know what? I'm going to go with King fucking Dominic, like Facebook user says. King Dominic for King of the Ring.
That's what Johnny and Jim said, too. That's why I was curious what you guys would say.
I fucking would, because he's more relevant than the other two frauds right now. Hate to say it, Jeff. It's true. It's damn true.
Yeah, but you're putting me in charge with this, and I could I could do something with Ricochet. I can't do anything with Dominic, and I don't want to do anything with Gargano.
What could you do with Ricochet? Be honest now. He's got no personality.
That's exactly right. I'd put him back under a mask. I'd make him a heel. I'd make him a tag team partner with Omos and put him in the Hurt Business and let MVP do the talking.
Right, perfect.
Under a mask as a freaking cat?
And there doesn't need to be a cat.
In the Hurt Business?
No, he's going to team with Un Gato Pretty Grande.
Yeah.
Not everyone who wears a mask is a cat.
Well, he was Prince Puma.
I know who he was. That doesn't have to be who he becomes. I mean,
so what would he become?
The point is you would have almost throw him like a fucking spear, and that would be the finisher. It'd be like a tope suicida, except it'd be like the javelin, like the shot put.
The javelin, the shot put. No,
it would be like a variation of the Doomsday device. You don't even need to go to the turnbuckle. You just go off of almost his shoulders. I'm touched. Or him and Lashley, like as a Power and Glory. Come on,
Power and Glory.
Paul
Roma was bigger than Ricochet, for crying out loud.
They could be Power and Glory Hole.
2022. Swerve in your Power and Glory hole. Anyway,
don't do that to me, Kev.
Anyway, there's
Jesus
not a lot of
Christ.
people who can do what Ricochet can do in the ring.
Yeah, big deal. There's so many of those guys.
He needs a makeover, and he needs someone to do the talking for him. And he should never, ever, ever, ever speak for himself.
Oh, definitely
never go back to those boy shorts too. He wore for a minute. They were terrible.
Oh, terrible. And we got a few comments in the chat. Facebook user says Rio will be recruited by Bianca for War Game in exchange for a title shot. It's interesting, but I doubt that will happen.
It's interesting, but it's too interesting for WWE.
That's why I doubt it will happen. Also, Facebook user says rename Ricochet to Ricochala, like Black Panther. So then he could be part of the Hurt Business, right? Like literally. And Chris says in the chat, Power and Glory Hole for the win. I hate to say it, but that's certainly...
Well, we did swerve into that one, didn't we?
We did swerve into that one. We sure did, but it's true. But yeah, like, I don't know. That's an interesting question, though. And that was a good one, actually, Kev. I like that one. But yeah, I would go with Dominic. It is what it is. But more importantly, what would you go with, Kev?
Only because of NXT, I would go with Gargano. But based off of performances on Raw right now, Dominic. If I hadn't been the major NXT fan, I would go Dominic as well.
Come on, Jeff. You got to give credit where credit's due, dude.
All of the credit for Dominic goes to Rhea. 100% of it is Rhea.
Rhea's got a lot to... Obviously, she gets a lot of credit, but...
Just for the fact you can build up to the feud with his dad where he eventually takes the mask, too, that's money right there.
You know, I'm surprised they've totally thrown that away for now, man.
Yeah, well, he's got to build his own person up for a little bit. You know, he's got to get away from him for a little bit to have a chance. He can't just be Ray's puppy dog forever. Now he's Rhea's puppy dog, but at least it's something different.
And I hate if they're insinuating that they're both screwing, right? Like if they're gonna insinuate that shit, fucking go all in. No pun intended. I mean, at least have them pash or some shit, man. Like. I don't know, man. Make me believe that they're screwing at least.
If we didn't know about Murphy, we might think that, you know? It's stupid people put their shit on Twitter too much.
Well, wait. Chris in the chat says he's good. Bring back Cena and have Dominic go over. Boom, X-Pac heat. That would be fucking nuclear, dude.
I was just sad when he went over on AJ.
Only if the LWO comes in and it becomes like a Nexus style beatdown on Cena.
Do they come out with lawnmowers though?
They can come out with whatever they want.
I'm not being racist here. That's
No,
what they
of
did
course
in WWE. Oh, hey, the Mexicals.
I liked
we
I
know.
liked Kerwin White. I thought Chavo was hilarious as Kerwin White.
Kerwin White was great. Wrong timing, but bad timing,
Listen,
unfortunately.
Everybody is leaving NWA. You got a million free agents, so Dragon Lee, La Rebellion, and a bunch of others.
Chris Masters.
Well, he's not Latin, at least to my knowledge.
I was just gonna say, you said NWA people are leaving.
Drago, Ray Oris. You have all of them come in and lay the beat down on Cena, and then Dominic goes over, and he's the new leader of the LWO. I'm fine with that.
Can we bring back Ray Alhijo?
And then Elektra Lopez takes the Rhea Ripley spot because she can also be his mamacita.
You already got Legado de Fantasma, though. I don't think they would bring in. I guess we're dream booking. Doesn't matter.
That's all right. They're ghosts. That's what Fantasma means in Spanish.
One's on Raw, one's on SmackDown. They'll never meet.
Hey, speaking of meat, where is Meat? Remember Meat?
Yeah, Stasiak.
Stasiak. Where is
The
he?
only Meat I know is the guy from Porky's.
Porky's. Jesus Christ.
Meat.
Anyway.
Speaking of glory holes there.
Ooh. Anyway, let's get back. Let's get back to the Raw, shall we?
Sure.
And it is Austin Theory versus Shelton Benjamin in the next matchup, as Austin Theory ends up winning by pinfall with an A-Town down. Typical. I mean, this was nothing. It was pretty fast, and that was that.
Well, Theory got a win. It was nice to see Shelton again.
Yep.
And bon voyage, Shelton goes, right, Kev?
Oh, yeah, until they come up with something for him. Yeah, it's good to see him on TV, and Theory needs a win.
Needs a win, but what was the point of the win? Because we'll get to that later on. Anyway, we come back after that match as we get The Miz making his entrance and gets on the mic. He wants to speak to us with honesty before his match against Johnny Gargano tonight. And he says Johnny's interview is completely false, blatant, and a smear job. And he just can't believe that he has to defend himself to the media, his friends, and even his goddamn father. The only silver lining is that his agent's phone won't stop ringing, and a notable Hollywood person wants to tell his story with real Oscar buzz. In the meantime, he's spoken to his lawyers about moving forward with a defamation suit, and his PR team is working on a formal response. Enter Johnny Gargano. He says he's always liked his dad. He's a very smart man. I actually don't mind him too, guys, just quietly. He can't in good conscience start this match without telling the truth about something he did. He has to blow the whistle on himself. He's so dumb. Because when he did that interview, he was hoping to shame The Miz into telling the truth and paying Dexter Lumis, but that didn't happen. So he realized he needed stronger evidence, and he hired someone to get it, and that someone is the producer Miz was talking with, who was actually a private investigator wearing a hidden camera, and he has the footage here tonight. He whips out a universal remote that works on the Tron, jeez, and cues the video up, and then we see The Miz being flattered and asking to speak off the record. He admits that Gargano's story is true and lays out his case for not wanting to pay Dexter Lumis, claiming essentially that Lumis got paid in exposure, and that was the end of it. But because we have our own resident lawyer here at the PWC, does Miz have any sort of claim to what he's talking about? He does not.
No, I mean, for one, he's a public figure, so you have to show actual malice on top of the other grounds. And the other grounds, I mean, first of all, opinion is protected, so you can be wrong, but it can be your sincere opinion. Also, The Miz would have to prove falsity. He has to prove the falsity of it, which is going to be difficult to do because it seems like maybe there was some truth to it, as we learn later on. Even in this story, there's enough truth in it. And then you have to prove that it was published. Well, that's obvious. It was on TV. The third parties heard it. That's easy. It was on TV. And that they thought less of The Miz because of it. Miz is already looked upon as the dog shit on the bottom of the gum that you stepped on your shoe. So what damages could he have suffered? So as your resident lawyer, I'm going to say no, he cannot make a defamation case.
Oh, well, if the man says that, then the man says that, because that's exactly what will happen. He's got no leg to stand on. I'm talking about The Miz.
Then again, he has a high success rate in WWE court. He did get somehow the Money in the Bank case off of Otis in WWE court. So the laws in WWE are obviously quite different in that metaverse than in my metaverse.
Well, I did forget that it's that they're its own universe and not exactly in our universe, apparently, right? So that's right. Kev, do you agree? I mean, but more importantly, did you like this segment?
No, well, I agree, and I did not like this segment. Miz is great and very entertaining when he's realistic, when he's mean and cutthroat, when he says the stuff he shouldn't say, kind of like a PG MJF. He's terrible when he's acting. There's a reason why he's in the Marine 3 and 4 and 5, and not even Marine 1. You know, he's terrible. There's when he's corny, he sucks. When he's realistic, he's amazing.
Yeah,
it's a corny segment.
It took me a long time to actually respect the Miz, and he's gained my respect. I mean, heck, he even married friggin' Maurice. So,
right.
I mean, shit. Let's be honest, boys.
You start with that.
Yeah, he already won life. He won the Super Bowl, a life Super Bowl there.
Forever, like literally, he won life. Put it that way. Anyway, we move on to the next matchup between Johnny fucking Wrestling versus the Miz. And this was a bit of a back and forth match, but the Miz ends up winning by pinfall with a lateral press. Before that, he demands a referee check under the ring and then clocks Johnny with a turnbuckle, and that was how we got the win. Post-match, though, we get Dexter Lumis comes down and hits the Miz with a chair. He takes a seat briefly until security comes running after him, and he makes his escape through the crowd. And we still get the same old bullshit, right, Kev?
Yeah, I don't know how his character, they expect him to work as a face. You know, unless he's just drawing cartoons and stuff like a child. He needs to go heel if he has a chance to make it and be like a Dexter stalkery kind of character, you know?
Yeah, fucking serve him his own medicine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, they told us the story. The story sucked, but at least they told us the story, so now we're done with it. And I sort of liked the heel tactics of The Miz and how he won the match. That was clever. It was like a very sort of throwback to like a Jerry Lawler kind of thing in like '84, like that he would do in Memphis or in the AWA. It was that kind of Tully Blanchard, Jerry Lawler. Again, I'm talking like early '80s kind of heel move, Larry Zbyszko kind of move. I like that. And the one thing I will add to it is that Dexter Lumis is 40 years old, and my God, his 40 must be 4.3. He was booking. Did you see how fast he was running across that?
He's quick,
oh,
man.
Boy. He is fast.
Is he really 40 years old? Like, seriously. He can't be 40.
If he's not 40, he's 39.
I'm going to look that up, actually. But you're probably right. I'm going to take a bet, or not a bet,
but I mean, I think all of this, I mean...
I'll say 36, just quietly.
I got the answer. 38.
38?
Oh,
okay.
He's 38. Okay. Close
What's
enough.
his birthday?
Yeah.
January.
Oh, no, January. Right.
January 17th.
So he turns 39 in
2 months.
All right. Anyway,
pretty much 40.
So when we get to what was the most controversial part of the night, and say what happens next, I'll tell you what happens next because it's gonna
go for it.
It can fix them all. But no, well, I'll give you a hint. A bunch of people have lost their way.
Ah, nice, very nice. They definitely did lose their way. If you know what we're talking about.
Nice,
if you know, you know.
Wrap up these stories and just put them all back together again.
Well, if anyone gets it, please let us know in the chat because I like that. That was good.
Indy gets the way or not?
Ah.
You think Indy gets the way?
Yeah, I think that if they do this, that she loses to Elektra Lopez, she gets really upset with herself, and while she's distraught, then we see a picture drawn, and Dexter takes her out again this time, but this time he doesn't surrender himself to the police. He says he has a note that says, "This time you're coming with me," or this time I'm not leaving without you. And yes,
jeez,
and they could use a tag team in the women's division as well. I mean, so
I can see him going back that way. Actually, though, guys, I really can for some reason.
All these people individually are boring. Together, they're good.
Yeah, that condom bit they had was hilarious. I could flop on Dexter as a face if they all go back together.
Well, if that's the way to go, then that's the way to go, especially after what happened later on in the show, but we'll get to that. I mean, it'll make total sense for everybody to, get together and they go a certain way.
They find their way.
They find their way. They truly find their way again. We do get a comment in the chat. It is by Chris. Will the way translate to the main roster? Well, might the reality TV aspect garner interest? That's a tricky question, guys. Jeff,
I think it will.
you can answer that.
When an act works together, when they have listen, for me to have an interest in a 155-pound wrestler, Indy Hartwell, who I don't think is any good, Candice LeRae, who I don't think is any good,
Candice LeRae is the worst.
I think she's the same as Dakota Kai. The only one out of the,
she's worse than Dakota Kai.
Austin Theory, I think, had potential. I mean, and still does. I like Austin Theory, and Dexter Lumis, could be something, but he sort of is trapped in what he is. So he has to be in an act for, otherwise you can't be Big Bubba Rogers forever. But that's all he can do. So yeah, I do think the way will translate. And if they don't have to wrestle, I think their skits will be funny. I mean, the one thing I'll give Gargano is he's very clever. He's very smart, and he can do wrestling comedy, and he can lead them as heels or faces, and it'll be good enough. It's a good mid-card act.
First of all, I just want to say before I get to Kev, the thing that annoys me about Gargano, one, his face is very Italian, right? If you know what I'm saying. Hey. Sorry, no offense, Kev. No offense, right? But you don't look like that typical Italian. Like if you look at Gargano, he's got that typical fucking.
He looks like you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you have a typical Italian look.
Hey, careful, guys. They say I've got a typical Italian. I might have a typical Greek head.
I know you're Greek,
but yeah, that's it.
You don't look Greek at all.
Give me shit all you want. Please. I know I do. But anyway, hey, even your stepson fucking says I look Latino. That's something. If Frank can hear me, thank you.
Well, it ain't Greek.
Well, I did say Greco, and he said me too. So, but anyway, yeah. Look, anyway, my point is he's got a real typical Italian head. Hey, man, I can't get away from you guys, Kev. Anyway, like my significant other is Italian. Most of my friends are damn Italian, but this guy's got the paisano head of a paisano head. If I ever saw one, even Ciampa's got a typical, Italian. If you guys understand where I'm coming from,
Elias is Italian too.
Is he? He's Elias Italian.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah, but you know what? He can pass as all sorts of things. Like he doesn't have a typical Italian.
Aramaic.
Yeah,
like he could be whatever. But Ciampa and Gargano, they got the height. You know what I mean? And they got their heads.
Sumerian.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's move on from that. Anyway, we get the next matchup. Eesh. Actually, no, post-match. Afterwards, after what I already said about the post-match thing between The Miz and Gargano, but after that, we go backstage because we get Nikki Cross. He's pacing with damage control while Dakota Kai talks up how similar they are as Io Sky tells her to destroy Dana Brooke, and Bayley tells her to let it all out tonight as we go to that next matchup between Dana Brooke, your 24/7 champion, versus Nikki Cross, and it is for your 24/7 championship.
You mean Women's Intercontinental Championship?
It fucking is at this point. I mean, shit. You might as well call it that. I mean, does this become your de facto, the USA Championship? Instead of TBS Championship, is your women's.
I know Dana
USA
wants it to be that, but if it is, then R-Truth is your most reigning Women's Intercontinental Champion. You can't do that.
I'm sure he'd be cool with it, though,
He
man.
would be, but the snowflakes would be like, how dare you have R-Truth, a man is your 55-time champion, and no one's ever going to be a 55-time champion. I think it might be over 55 now.
He can't drive 55.
Hardcore champion. Yeah. Wow, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But no less, Nikki Cross ends up winning the WWE 24/7, or should we call it the Women's IC Championship by pinfall.
We'll call it trash because that's where she tried to throw it in, but she missed.
Apparently. Well, yeah, so what does that mean? I mean, she did win with a fisherman neck breaker, and we might as well call it trash, but it missed. What does this mean? Are we done with this? Is it going to become the Women's IC title?
No, it's gone. It's done.
I think on the website it's done already, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That belt's been retired.
100%. We can confirm that.
No, nothing's 100%. It's wrestling.
Let me look that up, man. We got to look this shit up.
Why?
Because we need to know for sure.
Where are you going to look it up?
I am right now as we speak, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Is it done? Is it not? Yes, it is done. It states November 9, 2022 is the date it actually officially retired.
The
so
day
there you have it.
the music died.
It's gone, man. I'm sad.
R-Truth's knee goes and his belt, his baby goes too.
That's so sad, dude. Like, I'm so, like, sad. Anyway, not really. I'm glad it's gone. That's the truth. But, anyway, let's move on from there. I guess Nikki fucking Trash ends up being your last WWE 24/7 champion.
She's a hero for getting rid of that title.
She wins my vote. Kev?
Finally did something heroic.
Nikki?
Finally. Nikki Trash, man. Anyway, we come back from commercial as we get Damage Controller walking backstage, and Nikki Cross just throws the 24/7 championship in the garbage, as we were saying. The OC are then interviewed about Maya Yim, and they put her over as an equalizer, and they're going to go out and celebrate. And the bill's on her, you fucking tight-ass guys. Who makes the cheek pay for everyone? Anyway, it is what it is. Guess who comes out next, though, fellas? Because I think it's that time we can, you know what I mean, get into this shit. It is Seth Rollins making his entrance and gets on the mic. He's here to have a redo on the Open Challenge because he made a promise and he intends to keep it. This month marks 10 years of Seth Rollins in WWE. Oh my God. Have we really been watching this shit for that fucking long, guys? Shit. Anyway, and what a ride it's been. We've been with him through all the highs and lows and ups and downs and wins and losses and all the titles. In just a few short weeks, he's made the United States Championship the title on Raw, and it's time to get down to business and see who wants to take a shot. Here comes Mustafa Ali. He appears on the Tron. He says Seth doesn't have to look any further because he gets yanked aside and beaten up. Bobby Lashley then appears and says Ali won't be accepting no challenge, and there's two reasons. He isn't the United States Champion anymore. He took care of Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel, and now he's going to make Seth pay. Mustafa then runs back in, and they fight a little more, and Bob knocks him into the background and accepts the challenge. But first we go to a break. But as we come back, we get entrances, and Lashley beating Rollins down on the floor before the bell, throwing him into the barricade, charging him for the spear, but Seth counters with a super kick, throwing Lashley into the steel. Rollins then wants a pedigree, but Lashley counters with a back body drop and mounted punches. Security and referee swarm. Lashley keeps beating Seth down and rams him into the post before slamming him through the announce desk as Austin Theory comes down with the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase. And we go to the break, and then we go to Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins for, yes, the WWE United States Championship. I said that right. The WWE United States Championship. Theory with a hard elbow cover. We get a cross-leg brain buster over the knee. Still no fireman's carry. Rollins slips out. Underhooks Austin. He slips out and hits a pedigree of his own. Seth Rollins will not stay down though. Fireman's carry a second time. Seth slips out. Theory into the post. Off the ropes. Back body drop. Sends the challenger to the floor. Rolling Thunder counter. Powerbomb. Basement super kick. Elbow. Death blows. Seth is running hot. Pulling himself up. Charging in, Austin catches him with the 8-count down as Bobby Lashley pulls referee Chad Patton out of the ring. Lashley then beats Theory down on the floor, putting him head first into the post and throwing him into the barricade and into the post a second time, and he chokes Austin out with a hurt lock. Bob then leaves and the referee wakes up, starts his count. Theory beats the count. Seth is right there. Blackout. Uno, dos, tres. It is done and dusted. Thanks to, I guess, the birthday boy's big man himself in Bobby Lashley. Oh no, it's shaking. Kev, can't you feel it? It's shaking, bro. My drink is going everywhere. He's gyrating down there. But it is Jeff's superhero obsession. Oh! It's coming, guys. And it goes. Are you okay, Jeff? Are you okay? Oh, oh boy. What do we have here? Jeff, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know you could cash in for the United States Championship, bro. What the fuck?
I guess you can cash in on any title, right? Didn't Charlotte once try to cash in on the NXT Women's Championship? But she said she never.
She?
Yeah.
And she did win it though, didn't she?
Yeah,
Rhea, right?
Yeah, from Rhea. Rhea still hasn't gotten her revenge. Anyway, I like this entire segment. I thought what Austin Theory did was stupid, but for those people who are Seth Rollins fans, it kept him strong. I guess they decided Austin Theory isn't ready. They wanted to get rid of this thing. It does make Austin Theory look like a dumbass, but he is a dumbass. It made Lashley look strong as hell. He beat the shit out of everyone. It made Ali look like a zero, and yes, Ali is a zero, so I love that. So I'm okay with all of it if what we realize is that Austin Theory has just lost his way, and his wrestling father trying to show him the way again. If they don't do that, then I don't know what they're doing with
They're
him.
doing that because Triple H wants that. I'm guaranteed. It's gonna,
and if they're doing
that way.
I'm completely fine with all of it because him being a dumbass kid, cashing in on not just it's a lesser but a title he's already held. I mean, is double stupid.
Which is fucking retarded, dude.
But that's part of his character. He's fucking retarded. I mean, I guess he smelled he smelled blood in the water. It looked like Seth was dead, and so he wanted to get an easy win, but Lashley wasn't playing that, and Seth is more resilient than he thought. So, you know, he was dumb all around, which is okay with me because when you're a dumb wayward kid, you need your father to show you the way.
I guess you're right, but we'll see where that goes. Kev doesn't need to be shown the way.
Absolutely, and I love this segment too. It's how his character probably would have acted. He's young, dumb, full of cum. You know, he's everything handed to him. His dad left, so he needs to give his new dad, his old dad, his other old dad, got to show him the way now. And then what would it have done? Like if he fought Roman Reigns and lost in 3 minutes, it doesn't help Roman Reigns. It doesn't help him. At least this keeps Seth strong. It advances the storyline, you know, or it's the start of his new storyline. You know, it's more fitting to his character, but it doesn't help him at all to get squashed by Roman Reigns. It doesn't help Roman Reigns.
He's still 24 years old or 25.
I know. He's
plenty of time.
Absolutely, but I feel like it would have done. I think this has done more damage to him than Roman Reigns burying him in 3 minutes. Honestly, I'll tell you why. Because first of all, what dumbass goes for the United States Championship?
A dumb teen, a cocky. I know he's not a teen, but the 24-year-olds are like 18-year-olds in wrestling. His 30-year-olds are like 25-year-olds. Storyline-wise, personality-wise, he's like a teen character. He's like a high school kid. They think they're the man. They wanted an easy win. Wants to show off, you know, show the new belt to his hot girl. He knows he can't beat Roman Reigns. He knows that too. So he wants to get the one he can beat.
Maybe he believes Seth. When Seth said, "I have made this the most important title on Raw," maybe he believed him. He's like, "Huh, that makes sense."
Well, either way. That's pretty retarded.
Yeah.
Just saying. Either way, but hey, guess what, Jeff? We got a special comment in the chat because Big Ray Hernandez says, "Happy birthday, Jeff. May your days be full of shirtless, oiled up men who are willing to do absolutely anything for you, Jeff. Love, Big Ray Hernandez."
You complete me.
Oh boy. I don't want to get into that. What happens between you two getting all oily?
Listen, I haven't had a 4-hour podcast with him. That's all I got to say.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
How does that rickety wreck myself when that show is my most downloaded show ever?
People love.
I'm just saying. That should tell you something. Great
you
show.
know what it
Check
tells
that
me? When I search for that show, I find it under rom-com. So that's all you need to know.
Excuse me?
Yeah. When I search it under podcast type genre, it says rom-com. You know what that stands for? Romantic comedy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I did.
You know what? I'm not going to get into that, Jeff. I don't want to get into that
Really?
here.
I bet you would.
But because it is your friggin' birthday, Happy fucking birthday, Jeff, even though you don't deserve it right now. Yeah, exactly. Fucking wiggle it just a little bit, Jeff. Because I'm sure he's going to get a lot of love once he gets off the show. Because not only will he become Captain America while he's in bed.
I'll be Avenger.
Yes.
Well, you can become all sorts of things by the looks of it. Oh, where did he go? Is he going for a surprise?
No, maybe pretty good grande.
Oh, God. Is it going to be up? Uh-oh.
Oh, my goodness. It's Iron Man. What happened to Kevin?
Who's that, Jeff? This is your birthday present come to life.
Wow, this is great. This is the best birthday present ever.
And he's driving to the song. I mean, look at that.
He's doing my dance.
He's doing your dance. Can you do the electric boogaloo?
Can you do the white man over in a mask?
Oh boy. Anyway, guys, like I said, happy birthday to you once again, Mr. Lippman. Happy birthday to you. We're all celebrating your birthday. What are you, 75 now? Or?
No, that 99 is right.
99? Plenty of years.
It was me all along! Yes, I know it
I thought it was Iron Man.
Oh man, I thought it was Iron Man as well. Why, Kev? I thought it was Iron Man. That is cruel.
I got you.
Damn.
I got you.
You know there was a friggin' rapist here in Australia called Mr. Cruel?
No.
Yeah, well now if you don't know, now you know.
Cool ending to the show.
Cool ending. It is your birthday after all. But anyway, Jeff, since it's your birthday, tell them where they can find you. And
on Twitter, @ChrisFellMD. Follow along, you'll get all the fun. You can also find me here on the PWC next to Jimmy T. On occasion, I'm even with the Dollar Wrestling Club guys, so follow them. Sometimes I'm on Channel Attitude, sometimes I'm on Honey Media Group. I'm Rock Hangover, which is a wrestling podcast I do with Steve Pena. We just dropped an episode today, actually, earlier today. We're probably going more to bi-weekly on that one. And Garden of Doom and Garden Views are my non-wrestling podcast. Garden of Doom is esoteric, religious, philosophy, theosophy, alternative history, real history, geopolitics, some pop culture, sci-fi, cryptids, things that go bump in the night, UFOs, you name it, we got it in the Garden of Doom. Garden of Doom tends to be more topical. A lot of legal themed stuff, but things that could be useful to everybody. Things that I at least think would be interesting, like cannabis law.
that's something I'm into, just quietly.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jeff?
I'm sure I forgot all sorts of shit, but it doesn't matter.
Well, next, Mr. Sexy Time Kevin Panetta. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. So tell them where they can find you, my man.
You can follow me at Dollar Club Wrestling on all social media. Check out next Thursday at 8 p.m. the Dollar Club Wrestling podcast. We have a lot of fun, good stories to talk about. Tomorrow night, I'm doing an event where I'm bringing in the Sandman, the hardcore icon, the Sandman. We're probably going to do a meet and greet. So we're going to be hanging out with Sandman for 3 hours from 6 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. That'll be some good stories. And I'm actually working for Outbreak Wrestling now. I got 5 events booked. That's all in plus the talent. So I'll have a bunch of new stories. That's Uncle Slam. Uncle Slam is my new wrestling name. Yes.
See that? That's the actual autograph card of the Sandman.
Nice.
From a few years ago, yeah.
So Kevin, you are actually now a professional wrestler.
That's right, Uncle Slam.
He is.
Working under Kevin Kelly.
The Kevin Kelly?
Oh, really? Did you send him my audition tape?
Yeah. I'll show him.
Really? No, really. The Kevin Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look at that. That's why he's the motherfucking Dollar King.
To work with the Doctor of Fashion.
Nah, man, they all want to work with the Dollar King himself, Mr. Sexy Time Kevin Panetta at Dollar Club Wrestling.
Oh,
but man, yes. Was there something else you need to say?
tpublic.com. Search for Dollar Club Wrestling. We got tons of new merch, mugs, iPhone cases. tpublic.
How do you spell that? So for all our listeners and viewers, know exactly where to go.
TEEPUBLIC.com. Buy iPhone cases, shirts, onesies, masks, sweatshirts, Dollar Club Wrestling gear.
Well, you know what?
Any color.
We've actually got similar merch at a similar website, except our one is called Redbubble, where you can find all of our PWC merch. I never promote it. Really? Yeah, we do. We've actually had it for a long time. I just don't really promote that one because it just doesn't sound as good.
Have some censor so we can wear it on the shows.
Yeah, well, our logos
Like
are on
always
stuff.
does?
Mugs. The thing about Redbubble, they make a big percentage. They will start like selling shit, like from mugs to bibs. But it ain't no fun if we ain't making no money either, Jeff. That's the problem. You know what I mean? As
I know,
the song
we
goes.
buy our own merch. It's like dating your sister, you know?
Well, and remind me, I've got to send you a friggin' picture, Kev, to get us on actual Pro Wrestling Tees. Did you promote Pro Wrestling Tees, by the way?
No, I'm kind of pushing the other one more because it's more. I make more money on that one. I make more money on the other one.
But it sounds cooler that you got a Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling store.
Go Dollar Club Wrestling on ProWrestlingTees.com as well too. There's tons of cool merch. We got some our Mischief Night shirts from our wrestling match. You can buy the Razor shirt and the Rock Hard Recognize shirt too. Right from the match.
You better recognize, for sure, recognize him. And if you want to follow me, you can on Twitter at the PWC Network and also at DJ Mass Effects. Please like and subscribe right here at the PWCnetwork.podbean.com, where you can find all our shows. Also, please subscribe at channelattitude.com, where for $5 you get to hear me and see me and Jeff for the last 5 or 6 weeks, and possibly Kev. You never know who you're going to run into for $5 at channelattitude.com, where we specifically talk all things AEW. Like and subscribe at The Hustle, HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com, The Blow Off Pod, and everywhere else that I've probably missed. Did I mention Dollar Club once again? Even like and subscribe at DollarClubWrestling.com. Or no, not .com. Just at Dollar Club Wrestling at YouTube. And I think that's about it. So in saying that, I'm Jimmy T. He's the birthday boy, evil, old as fuck, Jeff Lippman. And that is the Dollar King and the sexiest man from Pennsylvania, Kevin Panetta. And you've been listening and watching the PWC Monday Night Machismo right here on the PWC Network. See yous.
Okay, eggplant evil, my friend.